Turkey and dressing is the #1 selling item here at the Cleburne. It's Thanksgiving every day of the week at the Cleburne. We offer turkey and dressing and candied yams and pumpkin pie, and you'd be surprised how many people enjoy it, not just during Thanksgiving or Christmas, but throughout the year. We have almost 50 people working with us every day. We make everything from scratch, including the mayonnaise. We break the eggs, pour the oil, squeeze the lemon juice. If there's a hard way to do something, we're still grating cheese by hand, breaking eggs out of shells. We don't really want to go with modern times. We're one of the last of the Mohicans. A lot of cafeterias have gone out of business. There used to be at least 10 or 12 by name that I remember that are no longer with us. Opened the front door and smoke just came billowing out. And my first inclination was to try to rush in and save a couple of paintings. And I was trying to assess where the smoke was coming from and how we could maybe get the fire out with a water hose. And about that time, the fire department arrives and start trying to extinguish the blaze. And as I try to step in, they grab me and say, "You can't go in without a breathing apparatus." And it quickly engulfed and took out the whole building. It was surreal. I'm exhausted. I work every day of the week, so I don't get much sleep. So you couple that with just a catastrophe of losing your family business and your father's paintings. And the toughest call I had was to call my mother and tell her we've lost a lot of Dad's paintings in the fire, that they just were obliterated. In our history, we've had 2 devastating fires, and they were both completely unexplainable. We ended up losing a lot more than we really thought we had initially. It was like having your family back again. But we finally got open again about 2 years ago and have really enjoyed being so welcomed back to the Houston community. You know, there's a lot of restaurants to pick from, and Houston is inundated with them, and people seem to really come back to us because we serve not just food but comfort. We want you to feel like you're coming into our home, and you still see a lot of familiar faces here. We lived upstairs. I was actually born upstairs above a cafeteria and have had cafeteria business in my blood all my life. Like a lot of immigrants, my folks lived upstairs and worked downstairs. If you had a bakery downtown and you were an immigrant, Italian or German or otherwise, there was a good chance you lived above where you worked. It was just an efficient way to live. It was economics because everybody was still struggling, trying to make it in the new world. Even at 10 or 11 years old, I was peeling potatoes, onions and carrots and helping out, going to the farmer's market. Really, I've never held another job. I really never worked for anybody but my mom and dad. My mother is 95 years old. She still comes to the Cleburne every day. This is the only thing I know. When a family business has been around as long as we have, we're going on almost 80 years of service to Houstonians. You don't really know anything else. My parents have stayed true to the original recipes that Annabelle Collins and Martha Cavanaugh used, and have added some in the early 40s, late 40s and 50s to the repertoire, but we still serve our baked squash casserole, our baked corn casserole, chicken and dumplings and meatloaf, things that we've made for years and years, comfort food, macaroni and cheese, and we've stayed true to the original recipe. And I think that's the difference with everything changing around us. And boy, we've seen a lot of change in Houston. You can step back into Cleburne and still get that same kind of comfort meal that you got back in the 40s. We're open every day at 11, but we get here at 5:30, 6 a.m. to get the food ready for lunch. And we cook continuously throughout the day until 8:30 p.m., 7 days a week. You really get to know people. They eat with you many times, twice a day, 3 or 4 times a week. It's not just a special occasion restaurant, but it's a place that people come to with great frequency.
Can't beat it. It's the greatest cafeteria there ever was, or is, or will be.
Food and Wine magazine, which is a national publication, would rank Cleburne Cafeteria of Houston the #1 cafeteria in the country. And it takes your breath away. It's a big honor. For me, just getting up every day at 5:30, coming to Cleburne and keep doing what we're doing, the same old, same old. It's been working, you know. If it ain't broke, why fix it?